She in her bag now.
What's good? What's happening? No strings attached on a Wednesday night. We off up in this thing, man. You dig what I'm saying? What's good, everybody? We back, man. We finna get it in tonight. Have a good time, man. We gonna have a good time tonight. So y'all strap in. Let's get it popping, man. A lot to get to. Short time to get to it. I'm already tired in this motherfucker. I got some travel coming up, so I'm tired already, man. But yeah, we gonna have a good time tonight. We're talking about a litany of things. Damn, man. Self-esteem, getting payback, and buying gifts. All relationship based, but self esteem can be very important even while you're in a relationship. Payback in a relationship is a motherfucker. This gift buying, we're going to get to this Ari Fletcher and Moneybagg Yo situation here tonight. We're going to get to that, man. But before we get to that, man, what's popping, man? We got Naomi up in here tonight with us. What you doing? You filing your nails? What's going on right now?
I'm rolling up. You know me. Happy No Strings, y'all. Happy No Strings Day. I'm glad to be here on another Wednesday night. So I hope y'all ready to talk some shit with us.
Let's get it, man. We got Lionel in here kicking it.
Absolutely. Welcome back to the motherfucking podcast with your favorite crew on a Wednesday night, bringing you the vibes that you need. What's good?
You understand?
Yes,
and
sir.
Mo should be tagging in a little bit, man. We'll get it popping. You understand? But y'all know how we give it up, man. We talk about relationships and the culture. We allow everybody that comes on the panel to express themselves organic state. And if you're offended by strong language, as we always say, man, listen, this ain't for you. Let us do us tonight, man. We in here tonight. We chilling. We got a lot to get to. We got to talk about this Diddy situation with Bow Wow, and that shit is wild. We got to get into it's a lot. It's a lot tonight, man. So y'all strap in. We're gonna take our time, but y'all know what we do. Before we get to anything, we always get to some fuckery. We got to start off with some fuckery. And hold on, let's go here first. Can we get this pulled up? This is a young lady. This is, I guess, a dude. Has she been dating this? Okay, let me just pull it up because she got an explanation on the screen. So she claims, as you can see here, I'm calling cap, but she said all because I said I wouldn't suck his dick. Now I don't know if he did all that just because of this.
Maybe it's crazy that she was still down to fuck this nigga, and that goes to show that. Well, let's not spoil it. Let's let people hear this shit.
Let's play some of this audio. Let's play some of this real quick, so people can see exactly what the hell we talking about, because this shit here is all over the place. Here we go.
No, I just don't really think you have enough self-esteem to stop texting me or not pull up. So, I mean, you could prove me wrong, but yeah. I think that you have a degradation kink. I think that you're enjoying my attention, just the simple fact of getting my attention. And I think that if I continue doing what I'm doing, you're gonna eventually do what I want you to do. Because, I mean, shit, you can't do shit else for me, so you might as well do the only thing I'm asking. I think that you're starting to realize that this has nothing.
Okay, hold on. Let me stop it real quick, because this is where she starts eating this chicken. And listen, the chicken has nothing to do with this video at all. I don't know why she added that in.
I think she wants to appear unbothered.
Yeah, but she could have did that. She could have ate some popcorn.
It doesn't look cute.
Yeah, that chicken is a wild look. It looks like it's one of them. What's them videos called? Where people be eating?
Damn.
Mukbang.
Yeah, it is mukbang, but it's called something else too.
Yeah. That's what I thought she was doing at first. Like, what the hell is going on here?
Hanging out her mouth like that right there where it paused.
No, she's wild. Like, girl.
You said
it was already too much even posting it. It's like just further.
But can we talk about some of this guy's messages? So he's left we had 2 messages so far.
The fact that he was in the middle of responding to her too, because them dots was typing, baby. He was right there for to hit you with another one.
I'm like, I just know he's a Gemini. Because Geminis, they love sending about 10 messages at one time.
That's so true.
They cannot just send one. Like, they got to keep one. But you're getting every thought that's coming. Every thought that's coming, they got to send it.
Yeah, that's so true.
There you go, Courtney. That's what it is. ASMR.
Yes,
that's what it is. Yeah. Okay. So let me bring it back. Let me bring it back a little bit. Let me go back, because she's saying this is all because she won't S his D, right? Why is he talking like this though? Here we go.
No, I just don't really think you have enough self-esteem to like stop texting me or not pull up. So, I mean, you could prove me wrong, but yeah. I think that you have a degradation kink. I think that you're enjoying my attention, just the simple fact of getting my attention. And yeah, I think that if I continue doing what I'm doing, you're going to eventually do what I want you to do. Because, I mean, shit, you can't do shit else for me. So you might as well do the only thing I'm asking.
Okay, so hold on. Let's stop. Hold on. Let me stop it there. So is he basically saying, I'm just going to keep hounding you and then eventually you're going to suck my dick?
Yeah, I feel like he's like being mean to her. I feel like he's literally just treating her like this because he believes she has no self-esteem. He gives his explanation truly. Like, I don't think he would do this shit with a bad bitch. Not Kodak trying to take up for the Geminis.
Right. This shit seems wild. Let's keep going though. Let's keep going.
To realize that this has nothing to do with me being insecure or nothing like that. I genuinely feel like this. I genuinely feel like I can talk to you like this. I genuinely feel like you don't have the self-esteem to do shit about it. And I mean, I genuinely think you'll fucking do what I want you to do if I just keep treating you like shit. Because I genuinely think you have a kink for being treated like shit. But whatever, like I said, I'm at Lennox finna roll up if you want to come talk about it in person. Because I mean,
hold on.
I can't take her eating them fucking wings, bro. She reminded me of my grandma. That's why I don't fucking fuck with bone-in chicken now. Fuck.
Not shading your grandma. She's somewhere asleep right now.
She's like, oh.
I know, just getting hit with a shade tree.
No, but look, and my grandma is from the country. Okay, she will suck on and gnaw on the chicken bone, and that's just nasty.
No, it's some wild shit. But why did my dude just switch it up? He's saying all this wild shit, and he's like, "Hey, man, look, if you want to come in person and talk about it, what, nigga?"
I want to know what she replied because I know she did. Because I don't know. I feel like he may have an accurate read of this girl.
That's what I was saying. I feel like he might be right. I don't know if it might be. I don't know if it's right about her, but like the way he's like approaching like this low self-esteem woman that just really wants a guy like this. This is the guy she'll be attracted to anyway. It's just like it wouldn't be as clear. Like it wouldn't be black and white. Like I know why you're here anyway. You need somebody that's gonna make you feel like shit. But like that's what be happening half the fucking time. It's just like he was totally like refereeing this shit. Like you're gonna stand over here. I'm gonna blow the whistle. Like he was totally like this is what it is. I wouldn't be surprised if she pulled up. She's like, let me eat first.
I think it takes levels to get to where he is. I don't think that you just wake up one day and like y'all have an argument and you start talking like this. I think that he's been talking like this for quite some time.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not on this specific topic, but like, I don't think this is just y'all had an argument and now I'm coming at you like this. This shit is wild. Let's keep going though.
Yeah.
You still haven't blocked me. You're still taking the messages. So, yeah. I think that if you really want to go on a date, you need to earn it, and you know that. I don't think you respect any nigga that take you out and spend money on you and take you to the fair and do any of that when you consider yourself fat and not particularly at your most attractive. So why should a nigga treat you that way if you don't? I think that you can't, that you're like surprised somebody can actually see this. And I mean, yeah, like I said, I just don't. I think the way I'm treating you perfectly fits with your vision of yourself and your self-esteem. I really do. The fact that you haven't blocked me and you continue to respond to me lets me know that a part of you, even, okay, sure, ha ha ha, I'm going to send a meme. Yeah, a part of you is enjoying the fact that I'm talking to you like this because, shit, it take all the pressure off you. You don't have to be anything but what I'm telling you to be.
Hey, listen, he's kind of sadistic, but that's a hell of a point, though. Like, why the hell would you, like, just block the motherfucker?
No, and, like, this type of energy, I can't even imagine, like, I can't even imagine the type of nigga who would say this shit to me. But I say all the time, it's all about discernment. But maybe she doesn't have good discernment because, nigga, if her self-esteem is low and she's thinking that she ain't got no motherfucking self-worth, she probably is choosing worthless ass niggas.
Like, how did this guy get her number? Like, first of all,
and she still was willing to fuck him. She said,
I'm like, what kind of guy is this? I don't really, I can't put my finger on, like, how's he coming? Like, this is different. Like, wait, I don't know. It's totally different. She seems to. I don't know. I don't feel like she's out of it. Like, I think that she's like, this is wild. Let me put this shit on TikTok. But I don't think that she's totally tapped out. Like, something about this.
No, and then putting that shit on TikTok, like, bitch, I wouldn't even tell my friends. Okay, like, this is embarrassing. You need to like take this L. Quiet.
But it is unbelievable. No one would believe this. This is unbelievable. This needed to be out on the World Wide Web because it's wild. And I totally would have never thought. If one of my friends was saying like, this is how he was coming, I would have been like, no way. Like, there's no way anybody's out here moving like that. But like, I wish
it was a picture of him. And she doesn't look fat. He called her fat. I'm like, but sometimes it'd be like that. You can't really tell.
Actually, he said that you consider yourself fat.
Oh. But yeah, and look, I can just imagine a girl who's like just on herself, like talking down on herself. And how is a nigga supposed to like see you as more? Well, I don't know. Maybe you should want to.
He probably thinks like, okay, he'll come and tell me like, okay, stop talking like that. Like, you're not ugly, you're not fat. And meanwhile, he's like,
like, you're weird. Why don't you think you're attractive?
Oh my God. Well, that's insecurities. People really have insecurities.
But he's able to peg that. I feel like he is a very like good reader. I feel like because he was.
That's what I feel like he read her down.
Because he was like, you know, he said something about seeing her. He was like, you know, most people wouldn't be able to see. He was like, but nigga, I see you and you ain't shit. So I'm gonna treat you like you're not shit.
Courtney in the chat said, I'm looking at this different. What if she just finds this dude hilarious as I do?
Nigga, she was fucking this nigga. This shit is not funny for a nigga that you let inside of you to be talking to your ass like this. Why would you? You're blocking that negativity. That nigga sending shots at you, nigga. Are you ducking from bullets? Or are you gonna take?
All right, let's finish this up. We got a couple more seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever, like I said, I'm at Lennox for the road. If you want to come talk about it in person, because you still haven't blocked me, you're still taking the messages. So
you know what? I'm not even gonna hold you. This is wax. Anyways, I think he actually believes what he's saying. I think a lot of men think like that or very similarly to that, and that's how they justify what they do and what they say and how they settle with themselves. For men that think like that, I think that's how they justify their way of thinking. I think that's how they justify things that they do. They will find any kind of loophole to seem right, to seem like they're not in the wrong. No matter how crazy it sounds to you, to them, it makes sense. How much do you want to bet that he's going to think that he deserves brownie points for not raising his voice, for not saying it in what people may deem a disrespectful manner? Because he seemed calm. It's almost like he was just having a casual conversation. That's how they get you.
How did you fall into that?
That's the whole thing, right? Like, how did you get here?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Let's do a story time.
Yeah.
How did y'all meet?
I'm like, that's why we need Moses. Should have did more TikTok.
She got here. She said, "All because I wouldn't suck his dick." That's what she has on her caption. She said, "Okay, let me read it." Okay, she said, "All because I wouldn't suck his dick and hadn't talked to him in days." Now look, if a dude came, listen. I got to try to unpack this shit because how do we get here? So did he just what do you think, Naomi? Were they fucking already and maybe she wasn't giving up no head and he was like, yo, we got to see what's up with this head. You know what I'm saying? Can I get some top? And she was like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to do all that. Like, I don't think that he would just start talking like this to her because
that's what I'm wondering. Like, where would this energy be summoning from?
You understand?
I feel like there's no way a nigga could just like pop up and be on this shit. Like, if you've been talking to him, or maybe like, I honestly don't know. Like, especially after hearing what she was saying, I don't even feel like it really kind of tied in. Because, of course, this nigga was being mean to her. Like, it was mean and probably a little uncalled for, especially if he's just acting out over not getting his dick sucked. But
listen. Hold on. She said,
okay, so this is an actual time we can use the term toxic. I feel like that was actually toxic.
There you go.
Hey, Chris, what's good?
Said, I think she let him listen. It could listen. I'm always, as a man, especially, you know, as a man, as an older man who's trying to, you know, get with the times in 2021, I'm always careful about saying stuff like that, right? That like she left. I'm very cautious of that now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
Like what, the let on?
yeah, because my wife be getting on my ass. So I gotta
miss her. I wish she would jump on the show.
I gotta be cautious because she be on my ass. You know what I'm saying? You can't be thinking like that. Oh, you know, so I'm cautious. But I understand what you're saying though, Christine. You know what I mean? But
absolutely.
Yeah, but there's so much there though, because it seems like the talking is a very I think both y'all were right. Like, listen, can we have a real conversation? Listen,
I was about to say, let's really talk about it. Yes, I was gonna say the same thing.
This is no strings attached. Let me go here real quick and I'll let y'all run with it. I think there are a lot of men. I knew probably, I can probably name half a dozen dudes that I know personally who their MO was they would seek out women that they thought had some type of vulnerability, right? Whether it was whatever the fuck it was looks, it was weight, maybe she had a kid or a few kids, and so she was like, I got kids, ain't nobody gonna really, whatever the fuck it is, whatever that little vulnerability was, they would use that shit. You know what I'm saying? You got a good nigga like me, ain't nobody gonna want you, man. You got 4 kids, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Which is fucked up, you know what I'm saying? But a motherfucker will really use, and look, I don't know this young lady, you know what I'm saying? But it's something in his tone and the way he's talking that he's very comfortable in. He even says it. He says, I think that you like this.
It's very narcissistic what he says, but yes, I feel like that's definitely a thing that men will do. Like they're going for the easier target, like a woman who, you know, is really looking for male attention and needs that shit and wants a nigga. Like, of course, they are going to be more vulnerable, especially when they're not as desirable. Because I definitely don't feel like he would just come to, but who knows? Maybe he could just fucking hate women and he just like disrespected women. But I'm like, nigga, you're not coming at a girl, a bad bitch the same way. I can't imagine.
Look, I don't think this woman looks bad, but to your point, I think a bad bitch is gonna carry herself like a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying?
No, for
like,
real.
I don't think a bad bitch. I think if this is a bad bitch, right? I don't think either one or two things. One, she'd have been like laughing at this nigga the whole time, right? Because I feel like I get what Courtney in the chat was saying, but I think I agree with you, Naomi. I think her unbotheredness feels forced to me. You know what I'm saying? It feels a little forced. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just my read what I'm seeing.
There's There's no way I would even tell anybody this. Like, it's okay to still have shit to take to the grave, nigga. Like, everybody, you do not gotta broadcast your L's, but maybe I wish I would have looked at the like the comments on this shit. Oh, now that I think about it, like it was like one of my friends on Twitter posted that shit. So it wasn't like a big when I seen it on Twitter with a thread and shit. Cause I really, so y'all gotta let me know what y'all think in the chat. How do y'all feel about this shit?
You know, a bad bitch would have blocked him. That's what I'm saying.
No, we would not. Like literally, it would be no record. Like if this shit has happened, there's no record. And then he would know that, oh, I can't do this to a bad bitch. I can't do this to a secure woman. I can't do, like, it's not possible. Cause I wish a nigga would, like, what?
Yeah, that's wild.
But I also have great discernment. So I feel like a nigga can't just motherfucking switch up on me. Like I can see.
Like I see you.
Yeah.
No, for real. Like whatever it is, even if I see you ain't shit, like I can see that. I can see you shit. I can see that. Like, but no, I ain't never just been surprised about a nigga.
It seemed like he was vicious. Like there was no like speed bumps. Like he was totally just coming, and like that's probably just who he is. And
he was probably ready to smoke her out.
He probably totally found his target. Like, yeah, this is why I'm coming like this. You that type, yeah. Like at this point, he's like on the hunt. And then, yeah, I mean, that's why in my heart of hearts, I don't believe like she's not mad enough for me. Like, I don't believe that she didn't buy into that and pull up. He's like, but anyway, I'm rolling up. If you want to come pull up and talk about it in person, like, and she's probably like, okay, yeah.
She's like, you know what? I'm gonna talk to this nigga in person and tell him how I really feel.
Exactly. She's like, I did want to smoke. like it's just giving me that vibe. Like I don't know. I want the best for her. She didn't deserve that. He totally came incorrect. But at the same time, people will give you what you allow them. So
big facts, bro.
Can't even imagine like allowing all that negativity in my life. Like,
yeah, that nigga's talking wreck.
Like, and then if hopefully she hadn't fucked that nigga yet. Maybe it was like just the first time they ever even was trying to be on some shit.
But you know what? My heart of hearts is also telling me like these are the dudes that be like she come up missing a couple months later or something like that. Like these are the ones like you need to totally just not associate yourself with at all. Like to even this far. Like how, like I said in the beginning, how does this person have your number? Like that's my first question because this seems like dangerous. Like you don't want to find out what's to come from dealing with this kind of a person.
Yeah, and she said that she hadn't talked to him in a while, in days. So you know,
he still had access. You didn't hit that block.
Right. Yeah, she gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro.
We want the best for you, baby girl. We hope you not.
We definitely do see those men who like raise up and get motherfucking upset when a woman isn't giving them the attention they feel like they deserve. And so he could definitely just
but look, if he ODing like that because he couldn't, because she wouldn't. So I would love to ask. I think Naomi's bringing it up. One, have they had sex yet? Right? Because if they haven't had sex yet, it's always very telling to me. See, this is again. So if they have not had sex yet, and he approached her with some, "I'm trying to get you to suck my dick," that tells you already what he think about her. If he owns some, he ain't even trying to hit it like that. He just wants you to, that's tough. That's tough. So, I don't know. It's a lot of unanswered shit in here, bro. What say you, though, Lionel? As a man, I always feel like that gives different energy. Like if they've never had sex, if his whole thing is just on some like, yo, I want you to suck me off. Like that kind of, that means to me, I always put that in my head that he got her kind of low on his totem pole.
Absolutely. That seems like real quick. Like, I mean, just like I'm trying to get it in real quick. Like I saw you, we don't really got the time, we don't really got the space, but just real quick, like let's connect. Especially had y'all like if like that's it. This is how he's coming just because you didn't give him head and y'all had no prior relations. Like they would have, I feel like there would have had to have been something, and then it was just like, I mean, why haven't you given me head yet? And like,
no, like, did you feel something wrong in your soul? Why you didn't want to suck his dick?
Yeah,
almost like as if you shouldn't have been fucking him. I don't know.
But no, I think he definitely. But everything about this says he sees her a certain kind of a way. Like everything is saying like, this is how I see you, like literal verbatim, like, and that's how he's coming too, like. So I don't know. I feel like at the end of the day, that's
this nigga obviously doesn't like you, but he probably was just trying to fuck and like spent some time like talking to her and was just like, I don't even like this bitch. Like, is this wrong about her? Is this wrong about her? Like, cause I be seeing shit in people too, but you just not supposed to say that shit out loud. This nigga told like her his true feelings about her.
Well, our concern, Courtney, is because obviously this guy knew like enough to be able to say like, yeah, this is what you're insecure about. This, that. Like he totally was just like, it wasn't him pulling shit out of his ass. It seemed like it wasn't like your hair's short, whatever, your glasses is fucked up. It was like some real deep shit that they obviously have some connection. So it's totally an L for her in the situation of how the fuck did y'all get this far? I mean, but ultimately he's the problem. That let's not get it confused. But I'm still I have real questions for her of like, what the fuck?
No, both probably need help. And
I mean, he definitely needs help. He definitely does. But as far as I have questions for her because I'm trying to assess the amount of help, the type of help. Like, how did you get here? Did he not come like this? Maybe like this is not what you expect from him at all, and he just hit you left field with this when you said no. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I need to know how this happened. We need to get her on the motherfucking show. What's good?
I need to know from her, like, has she ever had this type of situation before? Anything similar to this?
Where, like are you attracted to narcissists? Because he just seems a bit narcissistic to even feel like he could come and approach somebody like this. Like, so it's definitely something there.
Yeah, because it's not one off. That's just literally the law of attraction. Like that kind of a person wouldn't be attracted to someone who was feeling like they didn't need him. They were extremely confident in themselves. He totally was after her with that energy for a reason. So just for the sake of her now, like analyzing what the fuck could I have done to attract this energy? That's kind of like where I'm at. Like, how did y'all get here?
Yeah, how the fuck they get here? That's shit. Hey man, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, rate, comment, subscribe, all that fly shit, man. I've been forgetting lately to tell y'all that shit, man. Hit that thumbs up button if you have not already. We appreciate everybody jumping in the chat. We just getting started, goddamn, right now. No strings attached, man. I'm getting it in. It's a crown type knot for me to knot. Crown type knot. I ain't gonna lie. That means it's gonna be a long one for me. And I'm on these Michelob's, but look, I got a little money now. I'm on these pure golds. That shit costs it costs a little bit more. You understand?
Cheers, and we see you because your hat is fly tonight. Even though we missed the shiny bald head, giving us the reflection that we need.
Oh, I know, bro. Shit's wild, right? We here though, man. Let's go here. Okay, Naomi took a break on us. But let's go here, man. Let's talk about my man Will Smith. Let me pull up Will. Okay, what the hell's going on with Will right now? Is Will trying to save face?
No, this is the same shit probably since before I was born. I don't think this is nothing new.
I know, but why is he like?
I feel like he just is probably trying to save face because he came public about it. Like,
yeah, that was my thing.
He talking about it. It's just like, but I don't know. Maybe he has a right to talk about it and like defend himself because people probably have been asking questions about him. Like, damn, you was really letting Jada fuck other niggas? Like,
yeah, if y'all don't know what we're talking about, Will Smith just did a recent interview where he came out and he said that he basically validated their open relationship, and he also alluded to the fact that Jada wasn't the only one, you know what I'm saying, out here doing some shit, right? And that just seems weird because like they could have just deaded all that shit at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like when that whole shit was going on with the alleged shit with August Alsina, they could have just been like, hey man, we both kind of do our thing. If she did, she did. No big deal. You know what I mean? But instead, they had like this whole sit down at the red table, and this thing looked like he had been crying for a week and shit. Shit looked wild.
Niggas was forcing it. He didn't even look that.
No, he did look distressed for real.
He looked like he had some stress in his life. I can't front, and I like Will. I fucks with Will. Pause.
No, he was a little shook.
That nigga looked like he had been up for 2 days. I was like, what? I'm trying to find this shit. Damn, I can't find it.
There's probably fucking fighting.
But yeah, Will Smith is out here on some like, let's see if I can find it on Twitter. Hold on. Will Smith is like now going, what up, Phil? Will Smith is on some shit like, yeah, I'm out here, basically on some like, yeah, I'm out here fucking people too. All right, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's like such a mess. Just because, like, what was the point? But then, aside from that, it's like we already knew that too. So it's just like I don't know what they're trying to do to each other, but it's like y'all should stop. That's why I saw someone tweet like make breaking up normalize breaking up or something like that. Like for real, like y'all don't have to be doing this and going this far. Like literally,
facts. It's like they finally came out and said that like they have an open, like we've already known this for decades now. Like it's no big deal, you know what I'm saying? But like for him to come out and say it now in this interview, it just like the timing just seems weird for me. It just seems like he just probably wasn't over this shit, man. Like that shit was still kind of fucking with him. He had to let people know. You know what's funny? I'm gonna equate it to something. I'm not sure if y'all know about this, but hold on, let me get shouty mouth up in here.
Hey. We got our last Infinity Stone.
Now we good now.
Period.
I don't know if y'all know about this, but when Jay-Z and Nas was beefing, at the time, Nas's first baby mom was dropping a book. I can't remember her name, but she was dropping a book.
Okay.
And she was putting some shit in there about Jay because she fucked Jay back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And she was putting some shit about Jay, and there was something that came out where Nas at the time was trying to get her to put in her book, that he could have had sex with Beyonce, but he like turned it down, right? And it's like, yo, Because at first, Nas was coming off as like he wasn't tripping. Like Jay-Z had sex with his baby mom, like we wasn't together. Ain't no big deal. Okay, if it ain't no big deal, why do you want to include in your book that you could have had sex with his wife? Like, why do you want to include that if it's no big deal to you? You know what I'm saying?
It's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal. That's what I'm saying.
That's a major deal.
It feels the same way with this shit. Is like, if it's no big deal, Will, if y'all had this great open relationship this whole time and she comes out with some shit, then why do you gotta come back and be like, hey, well, I'm fucking bitches too? Like, all right, nigga.
No, that's exactly what it gave. And like a year later, like when was that Red Table Talk? Like,
yeah,
it had to been over a year because I know time been moving. That shit had to been over a year ago.
It's really unfortunate because I don't know about those two. I don't know about that relationship and those two. Like, I feel like they're phenomenal actors and just like acting like this phenomenal married couple that we would like love to see. But in reality, like God knows what it's really given, like in those hills, California.
No, for real, and then I'm like, at that point, you don't even gotta really be around a nigga like that. Like they can't like the house big. You got money to do whatever the fuck, be wherever the fuck. Like it could be easy to kind of just, chill on a marriage in that space and not really be that into it. But still, that shit will bring so much drama into it, and that's why overall open relationships is just.
Can y'all see this caption right here? This is an excerpt from the interview. This shit says, this is from Will. He says, marriage for us can't be a prison. And I don't suggest our road for anybody. Some wild, that's a lot to unpack in that fucking statement. God damn.
What's Jada Pinkett sign again?
I have no clue.
Can somebody look that up, please?
Hey Siri.
I'm like, I know Will Smith is a Libra, period. Libra season. Gang, gang, gang. But
okay, so she's a Virgo. She was born September 18.
Interesting.
It's some wild shit because they're saying marriage can't be a prison. Like, so the first thing I would say is, hey, bro, like, well, is it that important for y'all to get married? Like, Like,
also, I don't think that this was like some love shit. I feel like this was like he was extremely big, she's extremely big. I don't know. I feel like there were strings attached, and it wasn't just like love. Like seriously, I feel like it was just like it was good. It was a great deal, and then like they were both like. Yeah. But what do I know? Like what the fuck do I know? But I'm just basically
I'm like they raised two beautiful children together.
So yeah,
counting his other, and I'm like, and they did a great job with those children, like.
Yeah.
And like that's children made out of love, nigga. Because if you was just fucking on some shit, nigga, you're gone. You not even, nigga. That shit shows.
Yeah, it's just wild to hear make that statement that like marriage for us can't be a prison. So like he views marriage like what?
No, he's saying that it shouldn't be a prison though.
No, he said. I'm just reading. His quote says, "Marriage for us can't be a prison."
I'm like, maybe it's a typo. Maybe it's supposed to be can be. Like, that's not making sense to me.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, but they have that. BuzzFeed has that as a quote, so that's why I'm like, that's a wild quote.
Somebody get a typo
because it's like if you're coming into a marriage thinking of it in terms of like a prison, equating it to a prison, like then why get married? Just like
But marriage could become a prison though, and like I can see how that shit is like, and not even just.
It sounds like they're saying monogamy.
It
sounds like they're saying monogamy is a prison for them, which is cool. That's fine. They're not into monogamy. But like, I don't think it's the marriage. I think it's the monogamous part for them.
And it's the happiness part for me. I'm like, where's that part? It kind of seems like do y'all have to? Do we have like you don't have to? Like I don't know. I feel like you don't have to do this.
Like who
knows? Maybe they're actually genuinely just happy to.
Maybe they feel like they should stay married, like because you're saying that, but some people believe that you shouldn't get divorced. Like,
yeah, no, that's the thing.
Once you make that vow, like nigga, better for worse. If this is worse, then nigga, that's what it is. Like
that's like crazy because that's your life experience this time, and like that's how you're willing, and like that's it for you. That's how you're going out like that. Like I hope y'all are okay with that.
But I feel like
what y'all think in the chat, man? Does this shit seem wild to y'all in the chat as well, or are we digging too deep into this? Is it what I'm saying? Because to me, that just seemed like a wild ass statement to make, especially a year after that whole situation that went down. Like, it just seems like a wild statement to make. Like, it can't be a prison. Okay, fine. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. Like, we've all known for years. People have said this shit for 2 decades now. They got an open relationship. You know what I mean? And that's fine. Like, if that works, listen, man, I tell people in relationships all the time. We do a show about relationships and the culture. I tell folks, they want to ask me about relationships. Listen, man, if that work, if what you and your partner is doing works for y'all, then it works. You know what I'm saying? If no one is getting physically harmed, or if no one's is being physically abused, emotionally abused, right? And what y'all are doing works, all right, that works. It may not work for Naomi. It may not work for Mo. It may not work for Lionel. Shit may not work for me. But if it works for y'all, do your thing. You did? I don't know, man. I feel like it ain't no box to fit nobody in that motherfucker in like certain shit.
No, that's facts. And then, but the focus, like, for me, is just, I don't know. We're coming from a space where we've seen billions of relationships like this. Like, we've seen relationships to where, well, I mean, it's not the worst, or, well, I mean, I guess I could just pray or take a deep breath, or let me just, like, but at the end of the day, like, the focus for your life should be peace, happiness, comfort, joy, being charged up enough to, like, want to, like, live and do shit, not like contemplating like, oh, this bitch got on my nerves so bad, I don't want to do this. And it's the point you're making, you just are not really content with your decision.
But
you don't have to stand by it. If you get in a relationship with someone and feel like, wow, this is what I expected, like, you don't have to do that. I don't know why people feel so compelled, like, oh, this is your one life, and like, I gotta spend it like this now because I made the decision years ago. It's like, no, that's horrifying. Now you're in hell.
But you're assuming that it's like that for them. Like, they didn't say that in the interview. They didn't say, I don't really like my marriage, but I'm just gonna stick it out. They just said they found a way to make marriage work for them if they want to stay married.
But listen to this, Naomi. Listen to this. You know what? We have totally, like, we have an open relationship. We can get it wherever we see fit, whatever. But the way I feel about her is impeccable, and what we have created between each other is phenomenal, and I wouldn't trade that for the world. Versus, I mean,
you don't even know what else he said
after to anybody, but I wouldn't suggest this to anybody. And I mean, yeah, she did do her there, but I mean, at the end of the day, I got my bitch too on the side. So I mean, it doesn't really give that. That's what I'm saying. I'm totally just breeding based on this interview, based on the Red Table Talk with August Alsina, based on all this shit that's unfolding, based on the Tupac letter. All this shit just equals and sounds like, I mean, I don't have to be doing this with you. Like, this is the big wide world out here. That's what it sounds like.
They don't have to, but they're choosing to. And you're acting like that doesn't matter. And that's just
it doesn't matter.
I mean, if they're just so fucking
no, because people would be choosing to be, people would choose to be
miserable,
people would choose to be
no proof that they're just miserable. That's all assumption.
But hold on, no.
As a human, I know it feels
just because you're like sleeping with somebody else don't mean that you can't still love this nigga. Like, damn, that's a baby daddy. At the end of the day, she always gonna love that nigga.
I don't want to skip over some of the points that Lionel makes. I think Lionel brought up some stuff that maybe he might not have understood, at least in my brain, how deep that potentially is. I think that may be the reason for Will doing this. Now, Courtney is saying that he got a book coming out, so hopefully he ain't on no tell-all shit, right? I don't know what the book is about, so that
doesn't make sense. That's a key piece of information.
But I think Will may be at this point getting a little annoyed with Jada. And here's just on the shit you brought up, right? She put out this whole fucking poem or letter that Tupac wrote her. She brought August on the goddamn Red Table Talk, and then August is out here running his fucking mouth. I think Will might be like, "Hey, bitch." You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to your wife, Will. No, but I think he may be like, hey, man, like, we had this fucking agreement. You know what I'm saying? And you out here bringing niggas on the show. You got little, like, keep your hoes in check. You know what I'm saying? Because Will is like, yo, I'm doing the same shit.
Yeah. We can't confirm none of his hoes. We can't confirm none of them.
None of them. You dig? And he's like, yo, you out here fucking up the game. You might, you know what I'm saying? Might be onto something, man. Maybe Will is just annoyed with her. He's like, okay, so since you want to talk about shit, well, let's talk about it. So I don't know. That may be a real thing. You know what I mean? Because yeah, I think she's fucking up the game. That Tupac letter shit is all like, you know, that shit was kind of, you know, I guess. I mean, you know.
I think y'all just would feel hurt if y'all wife did that. And then so y'all are just Will.
Okay,
Well, that plus, it's that plus. It's not just that.
Especially you, Lionel, because you just cannot even fathom.
Not especially me. Hold on.
No,
Wait.
like there's no way. No, even when we have hypotheticals on here about other
we don't
niggas,
do
you'd be like, no, that just wouldn't happen.
What's his name? No, Anthony Hamilton. Not hypothetically, of course.
Like, Naomi, if me and you have an agreement in a relationship that we're gonna do certain shit, right? And that's just what it is. But you're bringing that shit to the light for everybody to see, and I'm holding this shit down in the back. I'm like, hey man, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, we know what we doing, but why the fuck you like you can't bring a side piece on your fucking show. Like, what part of the game is that?
She felt like she had to do that out of retaliation, but that's still a dropped ball because why is your hoe that's famous too out here like this? Like, what is he going through? What's good, Jada? What's going on? Because he is out here running amok, and like, literally, I mean, in the name of like your marriage and like your reputation, and people like actually looking at you a certain way. So just imagine how her man is feeling. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is going to shit.
No, but that just goes to show that people shouldn't be in motherfucking open marriages. That shit's just crazy. That just goes against the whole thing.
Is it?
Like, any open relationship is just being single, bro. Like,
no, Naomi, Jay-Z and Beyonce could be in an open relationship, and we would never fucking know. The thing is, we don't loose lips sink ships. So whenever you get out here and start, when you get out here on the motherfucking podcast, and you want to start running your mouth, or right before an album drops, you want to like do a little interview and let people know what the tea is. That's when the shit goes south. It's not just because the fact that people are being people. That's happening everywhere, every day, in every which way. But the thing is, it's definitely going to spoil when one of the parties could potentially be sabotaging the other. And what if he didn't want that information out? Because given his face on this right picture on this thumbnail, it's looking like bitch. Like bitch.
No, he is probably just literally pride and ego that had him feeling like this. Like,
yes, pride and ego.
What's that song? 40 hours, 30 hours by Kanye, nigga. Like, I was the one who wanted an open relationship. Now a nigga mad. Like, nigga, now I'm finna drive 40 miles to nigga ass.
Oh, I wish we could listen to that song collectively as a show.
Now nigga.
I just think Will is like, yo, you know what I'm saying? We had this shit. This should have been. They have been doing this shit for 20 years, and she listen. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Can I be frank with the family of No Strings? She put some shit. She put some shit on that young man, August Alsina. I don't know what she did, what trick she knows, but she put some shit on that young man, and that nigga ain't been the same since. And that motherfucker had to go tell his story. He couldn't breathe. He couldn't talk. This nigga, you know, he had all kind of shit going on in his life. She put the pussy on him so good, he thought they was going to be together. He thought she was going to leave Will.
If you know that song by Rashida, put it on him, make him want to marry me. Hit the thumbs up button.
It's facts. It's facts. She put that shit on August, and I believe deep down August thought that she was going to leave fucking Will. And she was like, no, nigga, we just fucking, you know what I'm saying? Because this nigga
I can respect that about her. At least she knows her home is, because this would just be real atrocity. She ended up with August Alsina. That would be an atrocity. But at least she knows how to like make her way back to home by the end of the night.
Because he started calling her by her middle name and shit. You know what? Because people think they're like, nah, but you know, if you're in a relationship with a person and you know their middle name and you call them by their middle name, that's just a little deep. You know what I'm saying?
That's why Bull is making this face. And August Alsina was playing chess. So let me say the middle name. He named a song after her middle name. It's like, sir.
Middle name, yeah.
No, sir.
Middle names are always, listen. I refer
and no, ma'am, she allowed that shit.
Yeah.
Okay, but nigga, you wanted this open relationship. Now eat it, nigga.
But it's rules.
You wanted to fuck other bitches, and now you're mad because
it's rules.
He probably suggested this.
I'm sure, like.
What woman can you confirm that Will had sex with? None.
Okay.
Exactly. She fucked up the game. You dig? She fucked it up.
No, but I'm sure they had discussed it beforehand. Like, nigga, there's no way she would have just popped up and did this nigga like that. Because I feel like niggas just hate Jada now, boy.
I mean, but like you gotta think, like me and my wife discuss shit, and she sometimes still do what the fuck she wanna do. Like we can do, like they probably discussed having this nigga August coming on the show, and it was probably like, nah, it's probably not a good idea. She was like, yeah, and they just did it. You know, like this shit can get wild. I don't know, man. I just feel like it was some real get back going on in this shit, man. That's the way I look at this shit. It was some real payback going on. And now Will gonna write this goddamn book. I hope Will don't go full superhead on me. Don't go superhead, Will. Goddamn. I don't want Will out here talking about he had sex with Mary J. Blige and shit.
This nigga gonna retaliate.
Yeah, that's the way it feel, right?
Like I said on Twitter, I really want them to leave us alone. Like, leave us alone, okay? Because y'all, you know, I feel like maybe they feel some sort of obligation to talk about their relationship and things like that, just because of, you know, how they were open from the beginning, like how they talked about having an open marriage and all that stuff. Like, maybe they just feel some level of obligation to explain to, you know, everybody. But like, I don't know. Personally, for me, I'm not really super involved with celebrity relationships to begin with. And this was just like a mess going on that y'all need to deal with. So like I think what Naomi was saying, that like, you know, I think it is a fact of like someone got hurt. There were, you know, I feel like, and I saw something recently about like, you know, saying on Twitter that like, you know, even in an open relationship, open marriage, you can still cheat on the person. And that really is going to come down to the boundaries that you two set. And maybe they didn't set boundaries. Maybe they just kind of, you know, thought it was just going to be something that we learn as we go. But like, people don't understand the type of powerful emotions that come with, you know, being with someone like that and trying to kind of open up a little bit more to more things. Like maybe someone did have a common, like someone did have a goal. Maybe it started off with, you know, them kind of having a mutual agreement that, oh, okay, you know, but this was the point where it's like, damn, like not only are you, you know, doing all this extra shit to make me look bad first and foremost, but second of all, like I'm hurt at the same time. So it's just, I don't know, that shit is a mess. And I really, if this does have something to do with the book thing, like again, y'all can leave us alone. Like we
I know, leave us alone.
Like I'm good on that shit. I really don't, you know, what's the word? Like I don't idolize celebrities and I don't idolize their relationships because, you know, people just be so torn up about things, and I understand that it's a topic of discussion. We can definitely discuss it, but I think that's the reason why they out here in the public in general is because people are depending on them. You know what I'm saying? Like people literally be dependent on celebrity relationships to work because that's just you know, that's the goal right there. Y'all are goals for real. And like, I think that people need to move away from that. Cause then I was just talking on the timeline too about Miguel and his woman breaking up and people was like, oh my gosh, 17 years. Like, I can't believe this. I mean, the third.
Oh no. How old is this nigga Miguel?
That's true.
No, he gotta be like maybe in his early 30s.
My nigga.
Yeah, he's gotta be young.
I'm not, yeah, that's why I'm like, 17 years?
They were
but I feel like,
you know, when they were young though. So
yeah,
they definitely are early to mid-30s. No, you know, no doubt
you
about
can
that.
count it if it lasts into fucking
man.
But see, I don't know. That's just like I seen people writing think pieces on this show. I'm like, y'all gotta calm down because they're gonna be okay. Like they're gonna be all right. You know,
I know, like they have said, like that had been happened. Like they just released that information to the world.
Exactly. Like they didn't feel, you know, the need to really put everybody else into their business. Let me get through this. Let me work through this breakup and really decide what it is that I want for myself. And like Lionel said earlier, I know he had said something about how people were saying like normalize breaking up. Like it's okay. Like it's okay. And I think that's just the thing. Like people are so like wanting to, and I understand the like, you know, desire for yourself to maybe be with someone long term and really spend your life. Like that's always been the end goal for a lot of people. But I think that's definitely okay to normalize breaking up. It's okay. Like y'all can break up, y'all can be without one another. Sometimes we just grow, you know what I'm saying? And we're not meant for each other anymore. And that's okay. And I mean, I understand when it comes down to like marriage and we say these vows and this and the third, but at the end of the day, and this is something I've just been like really focused on for myself in my own personal life, is just protect your peace and protect your happiness. And if this isn't something that's, contributing to your happiness and your own personal peace, then you got to let that shit go regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't cling on to things just because, we've been together for so long. That shit don't matter.
Yeah, people be married to the idea and then getting shitted on by the reality.
Exactly.
It's like you gotta get a grip and like open your eyes to what's really happening. Fuck the idea and the expectation of what it looks like it could be or what you thought this person could be, because there's an actual reality happening. So
yeah, exactly.
I think that makes a lot of sense. I just think that Will thinks that she violated whatever the fuck their little agreement was, and now he's like, all right, well I'm gonna talk my shit now.
So
I'm like, just leave her.
That's why I'm like, y'all please. We want to see y'all happy with some. We want to see y'all happy.
Like it's okay. Y'all don't have to do this for us.
Yeah, right. She finna come back. She finna shit on him by the end of this year. She wants to bounce back. She finna be
That was another topic of discussion recently that people were talking about. It was like something that someone said, like, you better make sure you deal with someone from a 2-parent household and da. But like, bro, situations like this can cause toxicity just as much as people who hate one another and just end up being on their own, and you being in a household with one parent or something. Like
there's no correlation to that at all. Like there's no correlation. You can be perfectly fine from a 1 or a 2 like that. You can be more damaged being in a place where there's 2 fucked up people in that bitch versus just like 1. So it's like it's not valid.
Exactly.
I see what you were trying. Like I saw you reaching for the stars on your tippy toes, but that's not gonna work.
But you're not being realistic. Let's be realistic here.
Hypothetically, of course, like that sounds good, but that's not the reality.
I just think that, like, I don't know, man. Like open relationships for me, like, I don't think that I could. I don't think I personally can do it, right? But I can.
It's very ugly for like. So that's probably why Will Smith is hurting, because I'm like, I can imagine.
Yeah, like, cause like it's one thing to have an open. I think it's one thing to have an open relationship behind closed doors, but once people start getting like into that shit, like that's when it can become weird. You know,
open relationship is like doing things that your partner is aware of, but it's like separate from them. It's not necessarily together, and y'all are doing things with someone else, and then like
right.
Okay, so it's just like separate but equal. So yeah,
right.
That seems like it could go south, but then I could see that work. It just depends on the understanding.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I say, like, I feel like they had an understanding, and she violated with like this whole little bringing this shit all out to the light.
Or he probably was trying to play it cool, and he probably ain't realized like how much that shit was gonna touch him. Like,
I have friends from college that like the dude ended up like making hella bands. He sold his brands like Soulja Boy, and like he's dating this chick, and he ended up getting another chick. Like she found a chick, so he had like 2, but it did not work out. I just like saw them like stop posting the other chick, the added chick, on Instagram out of nowhere when she was all in the shits. She was totally in it. I would like love to know like what happened. Like how did that go south? Because
nigga, there's like somebody would have to show me in open relationships that works.
That works.
Truly, because there's just like
at this point, like
because
it's just a matter of time before some shit comes up.
The whole thing with open relationships,
single. Like if you just want to fuck around with people, like just be single.
But my whole thing would be though, like, because my whole shit in open. If I had an open relationship, I would be like, so what kind of sex are you having with these motherfuckers? Are you having just regular basic sex? Like I don't need you to get outside. Like
if you be getting pregnant and shit.
That's what I'm saying. I need you to have basic sex. I need you to have like missionary. Listen, you can only do 2 positions: missionary and doggy. That's it. Anything above
doggy is dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you some doggy. You know what I'm saying? We can't. I'll give you that. But listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. You can't give no head up. Like we gotta have boundaries in this shit. You can't be out here just sucking dick willy nilly. Goddamn.
See, no, like that's way too like that's already.
You gotta be a strong ass. You gotta be a strong.
Nigga, you might as well just be like, don't ask, don't tell. If you finna be over here, I can't suck dick. Like,
nah, because
that's crazy.
Nah, because here's the deal. Because here's the problem with me. This is just the way my mind works. If we now having sex in our bed and you pull out some shit that maybe I just forgot about that you did, I'm gonna be like, hold on, who the fuck told who you been doing that to? What the fuck is going on? And now we got a problem now. I'm out.
I'll just be thinking, what makes them so popping? Like, what makes them so high? Like, why do you want them? Like, I want to write a poem. Like, why? Like, seriously. Like, what was it?
See, and that's why that shit is just.
Oh, it definitely.
I wish I had.
Like, was it the D? What was it that just had you so head over heels? On the other side, like, is the grass?
I be like, he's just really a great guy. He's
no, I feel
like that's worse. If he's a great guy, damn.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So you love him?
Oh my god, that's horrible.
I'll be damned if my nigga talking about she's just a great girl. So
yeah,
that would be so rude. At that point, you need to lie. You gotta lie about it. Not that they're better than me. That's just it. Like, they're just better. Like, I'm not like no.
But that doesn't mean better. They could both be great guys. And she's choosing her husband.
Nah,
that's gonna be better.
But this is what you wanted. At the end of the day, like, this is what you wanted. Like,
one is not hitting it like the other always.
Like, don't be.
One is not as attentive or empathetic as the other. One doesn't hit it the same. There's gotta be.
She probably like both for sure, but it's just different, I guess. Different dick, new dick.
I'm like, that's a dangerous
game for me. That's what Roy be on that bullshit saying.
What?
And, about new pussy. Shit, it's not dick.
Oh yeah, you gotta get.
Because like that's a truth. Like, that's a universal truth. Like, a mediocre new thing. I mean, a mediocre great thing is not as good as like. A great old thing is not as good as a mediocre new thing. Like, if just because it's new and it's like average, that's gonna have more wow factor than like the older thing that's phenomenal.
See, and that's just like. No, that's just crazy.
No, that's the reality.
No. That's the reality. Lionel said that's the reality. I don't know, man. I just think that shit is wild. You just gotta have. Listen, you gonna do open relationship. I think I can see.
No, an open relationship is just disrespectful already to me, honestly. Because like
I can see a scenario in which it could work, right? I just think because the reason I say that is because I can see a scenario in which two people are saying, yo, I genuinely fuck with you. I don't want to like spend my time like that with anybody else. But if I'm out and I meet someone or I've kicked it with somebody or if an old flame, I would like the ability to have sex with them if that pops off. It's not for me, right? But I think that like if you set those boundaries and you're going into it, listen, that apparently this shit's worked for Jada and Will for like 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So
what has it?
Did it?
You know what?
Like for real. Like we're probably seeing the culmination.
Because if Will is feeling hurt right now, who knows how long he's been feeling this way? You know what I'm saying?
That's because this nigga August.
I feel like at this point, because of how bold Jada was with the whole thing with August and shit, she was probably
fucked it up for everybody.
I feel like she just may have been the one who wanted it, the one who really like pressured, in a sense, to be like, yeah, like, why don't we just be more open and we're life partners? Because you know how she be talking. Yeah. She probably talked him into being like, okay, yeah, it sounds good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no,
but didn't realize what he was really getting himself into.
This what happened.
That shit. He was just not even thinking about. He was thinking about all the pussy he was gonna get, and that
August
was
fucked it up.
That was it.
August. Listen, what happened to August?
Sitting down and make him wanna marry me. Make him wanna marry me.
That's what happened.
Why?
Jada Pinkett put that cougar pussy on that nigga. And this nigga lost his goddamn mind. He didn't know what to do.
I will never forget seeing that scene for the first time and just thinking,
Dude,
I could watch. She was like looking at him like, yeah. She's like, yeah, this is what I did
He's
to you.
looking at her like,
She did
No,
some
that's-
shit.
but fuck Kirk. I wish I was on this show in 2014 with Love and Hip Hop.
Oh my God, Naomi.
Like, because we could have had some discussions. Like, I wish. But fuck Kirk. That's all I gotta say. And that's on season 3 of Love and Hip Hop.
Oh my God. Not on season 3.
On
And I
season
like
3, because he was on some bullshit. Okay. He was
And
on
Rashida's been my favorite from that show because she Rashida's a very pretty woman to me.
No, she's pretty. She could dress her ass off.
Yeah,
Like, she cool.
And she's a boss too.
Yeah, I like Rashida.
She just won't leave this ain't shit nigga alone. Like, speaking of
She in
somebody
love,
that's
Naomi.
with
She's
somebody-
in love.
See, that's the difference. I'm like, but of course you see more in reality show. But that marriage, I could see where they're just like holding on because of like the years, like they just been together for so long.
How about the other kids he didn't have though?
He didn't have, man. And I'm like, because I stopped watching Love and Hip Hop after Jocelyn left. But like, I know that nigga, like, because that nigga ended up having a baby on her. Like, that shit was
With the
just
stripper. From the
I
strip
remember
club.
like he had a girl living in Buckhead. He had this girl, like, bought this girl an apartment. Like, she was living in a motherfucking condo. Like,
Imagine just stay quiet, just stay over here, stay on this side of town.
no, literally on this side of town. Like, my girl.
But you gotta figure out though. But that's the thing. What is it about him where these women are okay with this shit? Because Rashida, as we said, she's a successful, very attractive woman. So it's something about him that she feels like she needs to honor. That she needs to, she gonna stick beside that.
That's
Look,
all
look,
she
look,
Yeah,
does.
she stick beside him. Yeah,
look at the screen.
she gonna ride every time.
She gonna stick beside him. Goddamn. And
That's your mate.
even DeBrat came out and said that like this nigga was known in Atlanta. DeBrat was like, this nigga came up to her back in the day with like $100 bills with his number written on them. You know what I'm saying? And gave her like a bunch of $100 bills with his phone number on them and shit. On some thirsty shit. That's some
Nigga,
shit.
is that thirsty? $100 bill with his number on
Oh,
it.
if you hand a woman a stack of $100 bills with your number on it, that's thirsty as fuck.
No, nigga. He's leaving an impression, okay? I don't know if I'm a call, but nigga, God bless.
You see?
It's like it could be thirsty. If you ain't got it, if you don't have it and you do that, that's absolutely thirsty. But if you got it and it's nothing, then it's just like it's just what it is. It's like, yeah, I like you.
Hold on, that's some simp ass energy right there. That is
No, if it's not a thing.
No,
if it's
because
not
he
a thing.
obviously did have that shit to be able to like, nigga. I want to get this girl my number, so I can fucking.
I do not subscribe to the.
I got some
Lil
shit,
Wayne-
nigga.
I
It's Atlanta.
subscribe to the Lil Wayne theory of it ain't tricking if you got it.
Look, and you know Atlanta niggas, they be spending the most money on women. So I heard.
And those niggas are tricks.
Nah, like Atlanta's on that shit heavy though. So I could just imagine. Like we were just talking about, he had a whole girl in a Buckhead apartment. Like that's just part of the shit. Like
Right.
But let's not redefine it. That's still tricking. Let's not.
But it ain't tricking if you got it.
Thinking if you
I
got
just
it.
told you I don't. That is the. That's the definition of trick.
But you like that
Ain't
bitch with
tricking
no
if you don't
ass. You ain't got shit.
Listen, shout out to Wayne, but that's 100% tricking. No disrespect.
Okay, what is tricking? Cause
What do you mean?
Money for the pussy.
There you go.
Like you just breaking bread. It doesn't have to be direct prostitution, but you fucking on her, you breaking bread. I said not direct prostitution.
Oh, right. Oh, okay, I got you. It ain't.
with that definition, it is still tricking.
I mean, because you fucking with her, you fucking on, yeah, you know.
It might be less of a thing for a person like you because you just got hella bread in your account, but it's nonetheless you're still tricking. You're saying, "Look at this money. Hey, look at me," and boom.
That's why it's very easy for like it's a lot of very successful black men in Atlanta, right? That's why it's very easy. No disrespect to Portia, but the gentleman that she did, this African gentleman that she's getting ready to marry, is like what, like 10, 15 years older than her, right?
No, that's like all shade, Portia. All shade. Yeah, that's for you. This one for you.
No, I'm just saying he's a lot older than her. He's very successful. He has paper, right? So
the fact that she quit both of her jobs after she quit the radio show and she quit Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah, like
wow.
Like the radio show, I get it, but like the Atlanta Housewives, what the fuck? You need to be on the show this season, giving this tea, this type of.
Why am I doing this shit? I got.
Well, no, she said, you know what? I actually don't have time this week, this month, this season.
That's what I'm saying. Like once you get to a certain level, like when you're a man, you get to a certain age and you're able to make money. That's why those men go back and like to try to get women in their early 20s, mid 20s, because when you're a woman in your early 20s, mid 20s, you haven't really started getting into your career yet. And so if you start dealing with a man in his late 30s, early 40s who's established, he can really start showing you a different lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And for some women, that's very attractive.
That's a fact.
Now, whether or not those men are just trying to hit it or not, you know, you got to decipher that. But, you know, hey, listen, man, it is what it is. Shout out to my nigga August Alsina. Do we got any new music coming? Are we gonna get any new music from August?
I think he said he's like releasing his retirement album or something.
What?
Oh, that is crazy. I've never seen an artist retire. How are you retiring already? I just met you. Yeah, Tiana Taylor too. Both of them. I'm like, how y'all retiring? I just started liking y'all. Like, what? Like, Kanye's still producing. He just dropped an album. He's been my favorite artist. Like, who do y'all think y'all are? Where y'all going? What?
Yeah, like Tiana doesn't get the promotion on her shit like she really deserves. She had like her last album. I actually liked a couple of tracks from that joint.
The album was good.
Yeah,
the last two albums, both of those albums.
It didn't get a lot of. I mean, it didn't get a lot of. You know, like it didn't really. You know, it's Cold World.
So okay, the last one was okay. The last album was okay. It had some good songs on it, but it was a lot of songs unnecessary. But the album before that, which Kanye produced, was actually really good. So that's why I was surprised she announced retiring after that. It's like, wait, this is actually like some of your best work. Wait, what?
Like, how can you? I don't know. They retiring, man. I don't know what the hell's going on no more, man. Hey, man, if y'all come up in here, make sure y'all hit that like button, rate, comment, subscribe, all of that fly shit. We do appreciate it. Trust me, man. We getting it popping right now, man. I don't know what's going on with our YouTube. Some of our notifications are going out. Sometimes they're not going out. So y'all bear with us. You dig what I'm saying? We might have some announcements coming up. I won't get too far into it, but if we do, we'll announce it. We'll put the information out on our social media, right? On what we might have coming up, and we'll move on from there, right? So y'all can read between those lines. You understand? All right, let's go here. I just want to recap this, because we did not get Sister Mo in on this. So can we bring back this fuckery real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Let's bring this back. Let's reset this for Sister Mo, because I want to get Sister Mo's opinion on this. Okay. This homely looking girl, Sister Mo.
No, that's the perfect word.
This homely looking girl. Okay, here we go. Let's go.
No, I just don't really think you have enough self-esteem to like stop texting me or not pull up. So, I mean, you could prove me wrong, but yeah.
Okay, let's stop right there. I'm gonna break this motherfucker down voicemail by voicemail this time. So read her caption in the background. The caption says, all because I wouldn't suck his dick, also hadn't talked to him in days. That's what she's saying these messages from him is for. Am I correct, Mo?
Yeah, that girl, she I can't say that that's her actual situation, because she does a lot of videos like this where she talks about shit. So I think she's just talking about it. But yeah, that's the situation here.
Oh, so is this message not to her specifically?
I don't think it is, because she does a lot of, like, that's what her whole page is. Like, she does a lot of controversial videos and then talks about them.
But she's saying that whoever put this up, that's the background of it, is that because the woman that he's sending these messages to wouldn't give him some dome.
Yeah, and hadn't talked to him apparently in some days. So
okay, that makes more sense.
Okay, so but this is not her specifically. So why the fuck is she eating chicken?
Cause she just be doing she just be watching shit, doing regular.
That just
shit.
makes
See,
it
this
weird.
is why we needed you, because I needed your TikTok information, Mo.
No,
I
you know
was-
what? Because I sent this video this morning and did nobody
No,
watch that.
look, okay, hold on, Mo. Because I was like, you weren't on the show, so you didn't even know what was going on. Roy couldn't get the video up on his phone, so I had
Yeah, I
to find
couldn't get it up
on
at first.
Twitter. So I was
We
like,
just
look at
need
Mo
to
sending
see it.
messages, not even knowing what she's talking about.
Yeah, he was
We
popping.
seen
He was
it.
popping on the group. We said, okay, nobody
No,
responded.
and we were just busy. So I'm glad
I
you
was
here.
offended.
Hey, and let me say this to the people out there watching this show. Mo sent this shit to the group chat at like 6 something this morning.
I was up early. I had to go to the office this morning. So, yeah. I was up.
Nigga, I saw that shit and went back to sleep. I was like, what?
No,
is
I was
going on?
having a dream that was like,
I didn't
okay,
even
maybe
look at
this is a reality where you don't have to wake up and it's not Tuesday, Wednesday morning and like you don't gotta go to class and shit. And like, no, that text said, yeah, get that ass up. It is Wednesday morning and it's time. So I was like, okay, here we are.
You know what? Maybe I did see that, and that's how I ended up turning my goddamn phone off this morning because I did not wake up till 9. I woke up at 9 o'clock. I was like, oh shit. So I had to have turned my alarm off. I did not remember no shit.
Now you woke up swinging.
I be sending shit at all hours of the day because honestly, like when I see it, it's possible I'll never see that video again.
No, facts. That's true.
I'd be like, let me send this hoe.
Facts. Okay, this is a good one you sent. Okay, so this is not this young lady specifically, but he sent this to somebody. So his first message is, yo, listen, let me bring it back. This is his first message.
No, I just don't really think you have enough self-esteem to like stop texting me or not pull up. So, I mean, you could prove me wrong, but yeah.
Okay, so whoever this woman is he's texting, he's saying, yo, you gonna keep texting me and keep pulling up. I don't think that you got enough in you to not pull up or text me. Let's keep going.
I think that you have a degradation kink. I think that you're enjoying my attention, just the simple fact of getting my attention. And yeah, I think that if I continue doing what I'm doing, you're gonna eventually do what I want you to do. Because I mean, shit, you can't do shit else for me, so you might as well do the only thing I'm asking.
Okay, that's the part I have a question about. So is he saying that like he's gonna like eventually he's gonna get her to suck his dick? Like, is that the whole? Like,
I guess. I mean, that's what it sounds like. He's saying, you get a kink out of me ignoring you or whatever. But I mean, it didn't really make sense because she was the one that was not fucking with him and didn't want to give him what he wanted in the first place. So I'm already confused. But
yeah, like how bad is this nigga trying to get some head? Like, hey, listen, at a certain point, fam, just go ahead and like, just drop,
I have something to say about that, but I'm gonna wait till the end of the video.
Oh shit. Okay, Sister Mo. All right.
I think that you're starting to realize that it has nothing to do with me being insecure or nothing like that. I genuinely feel like this. I genuinely feel like I can talk to you like this. I genuinely feel like you don't have the self-esteem to do shit about it. And I mean, I genuinely think you'll fucking do what I want you to do. I just keep treating you like shit because I genuinely think you have a kink for being treated like shit.
See, that's the part everybody out there got to understand in YouTube and podcast land, and make sure that y'all fuck with us in the iTunes section of iTunes. Goddamn, I'm all fucked up. I've been sipping this goddamn Crown. In the podcast section of iTunes, fuck with us over there. I got girls, right? So one of the things that I got a 13-year-old and a 4-year-old. So obviously the 4-year-old's a baby. But my 13-year-old, she's older than them now. We have conversations basically on the daily. Listen, you can't ever let a motherfucker talk to you like that. That I'm gonna just keep talking to you like this. Like, block that number. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you can't. Like, let me ask you this, Mo, because this is a theory I had before. I personally believe that whoever this woman is, he had been speaking to her in this manner for quite some time. I find it hard to believe that this would just come out of nowhere with him talking like that. I could be wrong.
I mean, I can agree to that, but I also feel like I can't agree. I'll say that. I definitely feel like there's definitely more that happened prior to this, but let's finish watching so I can really talk about it.
All right, I'm just gonna play the rest of it. Let's go, because I want to hear what Mo got to say. Let's go.
But whatever, like I said, I'm not Linux finna roll up if you want to come talk about it in person. Because I mean, You still haven't blocked me. You're still taking the messages. So, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
I think that if you really want to go on a date, you need to earn it, and you know that. I don't think you respect any nigga that take you out and spend money on you and take you to the fair and do any of that when you consider yourself fat and not particularly at your most attractive. So why should a nigga treat you that way if you don't? I think that you can't, that you're like surprised somebody can actually see this. And I mean, yeah, like I said, I just don't think, I think the way I'm treating you perfectly fits with your vision of yourself and your self-esteem. I really do. The fact that you haven't blocked me and you continue to respond to me lets me know that a part of you, even, okay, sure, ha ha ha, I'm going to send a meme. Yeah, a part of you is enjoying the fact that I'm talking to you like this because shit, you take all the pressure off you. You don't have to be anything but what I'm telling you to be. But whatever, like I said, I'm at Lennox for the road. If you want to come talk about it in person, because I mean, you still haven't blocked me. You're still taking the messages, so.
You know what? I'm not even gonna hold you. This is wax. Anyways, I think he actually believes what he's saying. I think a lot of men think like that or very similarly to that, and that's how they justify what they do and what they say and how they settle with themselves. For men that think like that, I think that's how they justify their way of thinking. I think that's how they justify things that they do. They will find any kind of loophole to seem right, to seem like they're not in the wrong. No matter how crazy it sounds to you, to them it makes sense. How much do you want to bet that he's going to think that he deserves brownie points for not raising his voice, for not saying it in what people may deem a disrespectful manner? Because he seemed calm. It's almost like he was just having a casual conversation. That's how they get you.
All right, let's hear it.
First of all, my first comment about that shit was that this nigga been watching too much Kevin Samuels.
God damn it, not Kevin Samuels.
Watching too much of that shit. He trying to be on a level like that. Okay, that's the first comment that I had about that shit to start off with, because that's what it sounded like to me. Second of all, I very much so would have liked to have a little bit more context on this. I mean, what she was, the person who I guess it was being sent to was saying she wouldn't, suck his dick or whatever, and hadn't talked to him in some days. Now he says a lot about, you really think that I'm the one with insecurities and this and the third. He goes on to call out her own insecurities about whatever it may be. And that in itself, to me, screams insecure, because the first thing an insecure person gonna do is claim they don't got insecurities and try to project that own insecurities onto you. So this nigga got a lot of issues of his own. I can already tell he's obviously a manipulative person. And you saying all this about her, about how she can't, I feel like you like this and you like that. Obviously, because you're taking your time to send voice messages like this, I really feel like this nigga don't get bitches. That's another thing. He does not get bitches, because you would not be pressing a woman this hard, trying to make a point. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you had some other bitches on your dick, you would not be hurt about not getting your dick sucked. Period. Like, this man has a lot of internal issues, a lot of insecurity, and quite frankly, I just really think he was coming at her in that way, like that girl was saying too. Like, he was really trying to do something with the way he was talking to her and how he was just, casually carrying on the comments that he was making. But like, bro, like you don't understand how pathetic you look doing all of this. Like, ain't no real nigga doing that. It's no real nigga out here that's gonna just be like, oh, this is what it is, and this is what, like, you are doing a lot of explaining for someone who doesn't need explaining. Like, you feel like I always say too, like, whenever, especially with people on the internet and people who like really put certain things out there, I really feel like they are trying to convince themselves more than they're trying to convince somebody else of what it is that they're saying. And that's kind of another thing that I kind of got from this. Like, you trying to convince her that you are just not insecure, you don't need this, I treat you this way because da 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 da, like, you haven't blocked me, whatever. Granted, yes, she do need to just go ahead and block him, which I hope she did after this interaction. But like sometimes, I mean, I also feel like sometimes, well, personally for me, I don't know if it's just, a me thing, but in times where I would be dealing with someone who just sat on a high horse and really, really felt like they couldn't be brought down because they're so this and they so that, like I would really be like okay, that's a challenge accepted, period. Because I'm gonna bring you off that shit. Like, and I feel like maybe that's what she was trying to do by not giving him what he wanted. And kind of some people do need to be taught a lesson. Now, granted, not everybody can do that shit, but some people need to be humbled. And obviously, he's not used to that shit. You know, somebody holding out on him, and that's why he went on that rant like that. Like, there's so much that is just to unpack with what's wrong with him. Now, I don't know his girl's problems and you know why she feels like she needs to continuously engage with him. Sometimes it's a game. I know it would be a game for me sometimes. Like people who would really feel like, you know, I can't be told shit or I'm just this and the third. Like I'm really not the type of person personally to like give you what you want and give into things that I blatantly see that you're trying to get out of me. So, you know, I'm just going to leave the situation alone. And that alone can sometimes drive people crazy. Like if I really am just trying to leave your ass alone, you can't stand it. Like it's really bothering you to the point where you sending me 6 and 7 voice messages trying to tell me about myself. Like, I don't know. It was just a lot. And I was just like, damn, nigga, like the most pathetic person in this situation is you because you are really going out of your way to say all this. Like,
yeah, he's really going the fuck in. You know what I'm saying? He's really he you know. It's a lot in that motherfucking clip. It's a lot.
Like it's a lot going on. He was talking about how, you know, you don't and you gotta earn dates. Nigga, get the fuck out of my face. Get out of my face. Because he's talking about I need to earn dates. You don't get bitches. And I could tell by just that whole situation. You do not get bitches because niggas who get bitches do not act like this. Like
I don't know. I feel like that nigga was more narcissistic and like he definitely could get girls, and I feel like he's literally just treating her that way because he feel like he should treat her that way. And I think he's being very like, because I don't know. I feel like obviously he don't like that girl for sure.
He
like,
doesn't like her, but the
like
thing is,
I think he might hate.
But
you.
the thing is you know how he was saying too, though, like you know, you just need to come through, talk it out, da 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 da. Like this is all a manipulation tactic to try and get what he wants out of her. So it's like at the end of the day, it's like,
but is she gonna fall for it? Because if she fell for it, he was definitely right on the money.
Like I really want to know. I would love to know about what happened in that situation because if she would have just, you know what I'm saying, like if it would have been that's that, like after that interaction, okay, like we're done type of shit. That's definitely the way to go at that point. Because there is nothing but toxicity that can come from dealing with a person like that, like at all. You know, anything that you do with them, for them, like it's just gonna be, you know. And I don't know. I've definitely dealt with someone who was
when people are insecure and are like in that state, they're more likely to just accept that shit. Like that's what, and he feel like he can't do that shit, and you know, in a way he can. I mean, we don't know what the fuck happened.
Exactly. That's why I was saying like, the whole point of her like holding out, you know what I'm saying? Like just holding out on him was already kind of like, for me, that was the only context we got is that she was like holding out.
Yeah, but like would a nigga wild out this much over trying to get some top? Like
I've never seen that.
Yeah, that's the part that for me is like, that's the part for me that's a disconnect because it's like, homie, trust me, like, you know, goddamn, maybe she ain't even that good at it. Like, you know.
He obviously is if he that press shit.
Well, how would he know?
I mean, she probably has in the past. You know what I'm saying? That's what I assumed is that she has before.
You saying somebody?
Yeah, I was thinking that she just hadn't sucked his dick yet, but I was feeling like they have, but she has not sucked his dick.
Yeah. But you know, I don't know. That's some wild shit. I just think, you know what I'm saying. And this is what I was saying to Lionel before you came on, Mo. I was like, as a man, I gotta, you know, like this shit seems wild. Like, let's say if he hasn't had sex with her, he's just wanting her to suck his dick. That says a lot about like what he thinks about her already. If you only want her to do that, because you're saying, you know, like you just want to do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that there's not a place for that in a relationship where you just, you know what I'm saying, you pleasure each other, you know, that's fine. But like, if you're saying that you don't even want to have sex with her, you just want her to suck your dick, that's kind of fucked up on a certain level. Like, goddamn.
There's a lot of factors that weren't really clarified.
Explained, of course.
So of course, we don't get as much context, but just the fact in itself, like, I don't know. I guess at this point in my life and who I am today, like, I'm not gonna go on a rant through voice message, sending multiple voice messages, trying to read someone. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that deep. That's a lot of energy exerted. That's a lot of time, and just like, it's just not that serious. So that's why I'm like, I don't know. That's why I kind of got the idea that maybe he just really is either selective with the women that he be dealing with, and felt maybe offended that she didn't want to be on board with some of the things he wanted to do, or he just really doesn't deal with many females at all, like, or women at all.
I think that's the shit, Mo. I think that
there's no way.
A lot of girls. I think he gets a lot of girls. This is a grade A narcissist. He's just good at what he does. I think
he's good at what he does.
Yes, it's just not working for this bitch. But there's a lot of bitches that's eating this up. Yes, women are eating this up. Yes, women are insecure.
Right, Mo.
That's what I was gonna say earlier. Let's really talk about it, because at the end of the day, there are a lot of women that are insecure. And as a guy, I know for myself, I can smell that shit from a mile away, like whether it's my girl or not. But so I can smell it. So aside from that, like, there are people that are really hunting you, bitch. Like, people are after you based on, that's the kind of like, seriously, they want to make sure that they're feeling like not challenged. There's not gonna be a woman saying, "Don't you think we should do this?" or whatever. Like, no, they need the bitch that's totally not even sure enough of herself to be questioning you at all. So that's a real thing. I don't think that this guy is just like round the way guy that just might be a lame ass that's coming left. No, this guy totally comes like this.
That still does speak volumes about the person that feels the need to prey on people who are secure in that sense. You know what I'm saying?
So much
and that can stem from
it's narcissism. Narcissists love prey. Like, they are not gonna date someone that's strong. Like, a narcissist is their type is legitimately someone that they can say, "This is what the fuck I'm feeling, and this is what we're gonna do." Not someone's gonna be like, "I mean, I don't want to do that today." Like, that's never the route they're gonna take. Or like someone that feels like they can walk out in the street and get any guy that they want. That's not the kind of a woman that a narcissist wants. He needs the bitch that's thinking, "You're all I have. Like, if I lose you, what am I gonna do?" Like, otherwise he wouldn't be a narcissist.
And
so
that's
he's having his way.
And that's why he wants to get his dick sucked, and he doesn't want to have sex. He just wants to get
manipulating her into it. He probably wants both, but he's just trying to make her feel like true, like,
I feel like he already has sex.
He's like trying to make her feel like shit. He's just literally manipulating her into getting what he wants, which is why first you make her feel like shit and then say, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, I'm just doing some normal shit. If you want to hang out, that's just like a you thing. We can get to that together.
In 2021, who's having sex and not sucking dick and eating pussy? Who's doing that in 2021?
Baby girl.
I'm trying to figure out, like, who the fuck's 21? God damn.
This for her husband.
You want people just to do everything?
That's what motherfuckers are doing.
Roy said do everything. It's 2021.
But you already here.
I'm just saying, that shit seemed like some shit from the 99 and the 2000.
Now look, I'm gonna say Webby. He said, "You gonna fuck that hoe? Then go and get some head then too, and go ahead fuck a friend too." Okay.
What are we doing? I mean, I just don't get it. I don't know, but I don't know. Okay, let's fucking go here. Let's go here so we can get ready to wrap this shit up. But we still got a long way to go. Cause let's go to this shit. God damn. Hold on, that's not that shit. God damn it. Hold on. She won't get off my damn screen. Hold on, let me go here.
Bro, you gave so much context. You should have been here earlier.
I know we had no.
Because we was really thinking this was the bitch. Like, we was like, damn, that don't even match. Like,
what's wrong with her?
Where was this insight when you was texting the nigga?
Okay, wait. How did he get your number?
Okay, but let's go here. So a lot of people are talking about this shit. People feel all types of ways about this shit. Moneybagg,
bag up. Who's mad? Like,
I don't know. People are mad. People just got opinions, which is weird. Because
people, okay, shut the fuck up, everybody. This is her man that she decided out of her bag to do for her. Like, what?
But let's give some context. So Moneybagg Yo celebrated his birthday recently. The most boss shit that happened was I don't know if people saw this shit, but fucking Yo Gotti gave this nigga like $1.2 million cash. That shit was some boss ass shit. But anyway, his girl.
This is a hood legend. Like I might not know who he is or respect him that much, but this is a hood legend.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Ari bought him for his birthday 28 acres of land. She said, yo, for your birthday, I'm getting you 28 acres of land, my G. That's his land right there that she copped him. 28 acres.
And I would
look at that.
First of all, shout out to this.
Oh, wow.
Shout out to this cancer woman because you know what?
Wow.
That's the move you need to make. That's a phenomenal move.
Thoughtful. I'm like,
I know it's so thoughtful.
I need, bro.
I think that's amazing. I think that hopefully she's teaching the rest of these Instagram hoes that follow her and that look up to her. Like there's more valuable shit in the world than a chain. That's not shit. Like, come on. Like, so I think this is fun. I mean, whatever. It's phenomenal. It's lit, especially for like them to be such like celebrity, like status type people, and like what they care about is like glitz and glam. This type shit is powerful. This is legitimately what we need people seeing. Like, this is what we need. We need land. So boom, bam. Shout out to Ari, the Flexer, whatever her name is.
Nigga said the
Is her name Ari the Flexer?
No, her last name is Fletcher.
So she copped him some land, but okay, let's go back to this is the original clip. They talked about it on what was it, The View? I don't know. Okay, hold on. Let me bring this shit back up. Hold on. God damn.
Not the Cheetah Girls.
There be limits placed on gifts in your relationship when you are not married.
Last season, Lonnie and I were talking about don't act married if you're not married. This is acting married. That's a huge gift to someone that you're not even dating. I mean, you're not even married to. I feel like if a man gave me 28 whatever acres, I would feel obligated to stay with them if it didn't work.
Would you accept
Because
that
it's
kind of
such a
gift from a man?
Yeah, that's
I hate this. That was all so ignorant. They need to stop being hating hoes.
No, I can understand it. Like coming from what they're seeing, I could see like being an older woman and like you kind of worked hard for your success, and you just can imagine like gifting a nigga this.
First of all, that's powerful because at the end of the day, I don't know Ari Fletcher Lexer, the big flexer, from anywhere. Like, I don't know her from anywhere besides like her ass. Like, she has a great figure. Like, I don't know her. I don't know anything she does. So the fact that she even has the buying power, first of all, to even do this for her guy, and then she did, because so many of these industry hoes are not thinking like this. They got pea brains, and like the most that they can think of is like a cart and a restaurant dinner, and like it's just like this is great. This is great. Who would be mad at this? Anyone that's mad at this is a hater. And it would be definitely the First Ladies Club saying, the old lady First Lady gang saying, you ain't married to him. You don't need to be buying him no shit. Like girl, relax. You go focus on your guy. And she's focused on hers, obviously. This is great. All right, come on.
I love your take, Line. How about you, bro?
As far as it goes, I mean, that was her gift of choosing. I think gifting somebody some land, and I mean it's in his hometown, so like that's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna go towards some other shit, like some watches, you know what I'm saying, a car, some shoes, some other, shit that's not really, it's valuable, but it's not really worth something. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know, land in itself is like, damn, that's a big gesture. Yeah, especially when it's in the place that you're from. And then you got to think of it too, like when it comes to land and the amount of money these people that they normally spend on shit, like 28.8 acres, you know what I'm saying? Especially in I know it's Memphis, but still in Tennessee. Like I'm pretty sure she probably didn't break probably more than $500,000, you know what I'm saying, for land, depending on the area and everything like that. Because yes, land is expensive, but it's on their caliber of, that they get in, that's like, okay, I was finna spend that on a car anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. As far as like the marriage thing, if you got it, you really not gonna trip about it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not something to trip about. It's like, oh, I got the money and this is something I care about, so I'm gonna drop cash on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I'm kind of thinking of it on my own smaller level of being a regular average person. You know what I'm saying? Like, have I ever felt like, oh, this is just too big of a gift to give? You know what I'm saying? If it's within my means, no, like it's
right.
too big. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I really don't agree with the fact that they was talking about, oh, this is a marriage gift, da, 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 da. Because if it would have been gifted in a certain way, like how they did, I guess last year when they had the cars and everything, like they probably wouldn't have batted an eye towards it. But land, it's like, okay, that's just you making it seem like it's just, oh, I gotta stay with him, da, 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 da. Like, no, fuck no, like that's not the mindset to be going in with, because I wouldn't feel obligated to stay with somebody for that, like, because that's a gift. Like,
who is she? Do you know her? Like, she looks familiar. Where do we know her from?
I don't know.
Oh, she's from the Jamie Foxx show. That's fancy.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Place not fancy hating on my gift. Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Fancy.
Like, honestly, I don't know, because you can usually, you know, especially in like I said, I don't know the cost of living in Tennessee, but I'm pretty sure, you know, half of that was probably like a smooth 200,000, 300,000. So
I love her for this. I think this was a great thing.
Like, literally, especially like just right now, especially I'm already like, that's all I care about right now is like getting some land and getting a motherfucking backyard. All I care about right now is my garden. And so, like, that would just be a crazy motherfucking gift. Wow, I really got some land to do whatever the fuck I want. Okay, like,
I thought about it from the standpoint of my daughters, and I was like, what if one of my daughters is like, yo, you know, it's my guy's birthday. Here's what I want to do. I had to think about it from that perspective, and you know,
what's the difference?
And what you think?
As a dad, listen, at the end of the day,
look, as a dad, your daughter already didn't buy you your 50 acres. You're sitting on your 50 acres.
Yeah.
Based on this guy, probably based on the nigga. It's probably the nigga that got you that 50.
No.
That's what I'm looking at. Like, at the end of the day, we see industry hoes get taken care of all the time. This is phenomenal to see. But she actually got it herself. She's got her own bag.
To Naomi's point, my thing would be, yo, do you have that already? Okay, if you got it, all right, cool. It's cool to gift somebody something that you already got. If you don't have 28 acres, then I might need for you to get 20. I'm just saying, if I was talking to my daughter, right? I don't know their relationship, right?
Yeah. I hear that, but like, Roy, listen to this. Like, your daughter's in love, and you're gonna tell her, but does he have that? That's not based on love. Like, she's not gonna say, I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, like, what I was thinking when I had always heard of this Ari, whatever, I was always thinking, like, okay, just another Instagram girl, like, just another industry girl that, like, just so happens to have, like, got a guy. But, like, she's, like, proving, like, I won't say through and through, but she's proven to me at least 2 times, like, she has a lot more substance and she's a lot more thoughtful than just, like, any just random, like, industry girl. This is a industry ass nigga. Like, I just am realizing how big he really is. Like, I didn't even know he had a mixtape with NBA Youngboy, who the kids love. Like, the kids stand, like, that's their dude. And, like, he has a whole mixtape with him and they, like, love that shit. He's really big, like, in the hood. So, like, he got her, like, a hood fucking king, like, really, like, almost like a really, like, king. And so for her to be able to do this and pay, I wouldn't say payback, but just imagine the things that he does for her. We've seen plenty of her birthdays to where this bitch is getting iced, sex, car. What do you want? She has the same like hairdresser as Nicki Minaj. I'm sure it's like compliments of her man.
No, like she literally has.
What's the problem with her treating her dude to something? We don't ever see that. Shout out to Beyonce, because we saw Beyonce buy Hove in Island. But like, that's an amazing thing, and like, you don't see that all the time. All you hear is like, I'm a city girl, and like, I'm trying to get flued out, and like, what's the tea? Like, annoying shit, and it's giving me, like, it's annoying shit. Like, it's a phenomenal to see this woman like on her own shit and saying, hey, this is how I feel about you, King. Boom, what's good?
Oh,
and we don't know the other side of the discussion too, because I mean, whenever I'm thinking of also, if it was me giving a gift, I'm listening to my partner. I'm listening to what they talk about, the things that they're, you know, passionate about. What's the next move that you on? So this could have very, very much so been him just, you know, some shit that he was talking about. I want to build a house. I want to, you know, have land for this. And I want, you know, that's the next move. That's the next thing. And she just was a step ahead and was like, all right, I'm going to give you that. You know what I'm saying?
It's so like, black woman providing land to a black man in America.
Seeing it as different because it's not in the regular form of gifts that people like. This is a real life kind of move. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only substance like that they think they're on. They think they're, oh, like you said, these are just, you know, industry girls, and they just want ice, and they just want, you know, to be, flying in private jets and on islands, showing ass and everything like that. But she really is making movements, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's why, like, it's hitting people a little bit, like, especially that woman that was talking, down on it a little bit. Just like, okay, just because you're not gifting your man that, you know what I'm saying, doesn't mean that this woman
married. That's my next question.
Are you feeling kind of like, some type of way just because it's like, damn, like I've never thought to be thoughtful in that manner, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a you problem. That don't got nothing to do with me. So I don't know. I thought it was a cool gift. I really don't follow Ari. Like I kind of just be tired of girls like, just fangirling over these women sometimes, but like she do be making moves, and I have to give her that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just not really into people's celebrities' lives and shit like that. But when I seen this,
I agree with Jasmine. I agree with Jasmine in the chat, right? I got the same opinion. Like I don't give a fuck what they do at the end of the day. To be honest with you, I could give 2 shits less, right? Because once I saw
we're talking about industry hoes do a certain thing and they get fucked, and that's it, and get money for it.
No, and then they were talking about this on the real.
But once I saw that fucking my dude, who I said a minute ago, goddamn, Yo Gotti, yeah. Once I saw Yo Gotti get this nigga like $1 million and 1.2 million or 1.5 million cash, like I immediately started reevaluating all of my friends. Like, goddamn, right. Like shit, this nigga like $1.5 million.
Bro, fuck your friends. This is a queen who gifted a black man in America land, bitch. When they said you're gonna get 40 acres in a mule because we shitted on you, King, they didn't do that. And like this woman literally single-handedly did that for her man. Like that's powerful. I don't like the fact that I don't like the fact people are trying to overlook that, downplay it for what? Especially when we don't see this shit. I've never read a headline like this. And this is powerful. It's a black man being lifted. It's a black man being up. Like for once, when this finally happened, it's like, oh well, maybe you should have been married, or maybe bitch, you shouldn't have had 2 divorces. God just looks you up, Garzel. Well, maybe you should look in the mirror, bitch, because this is like, come on, if y'all want to get checked, you want to talk about it. Let's talk about it. We can read everybody. We're not gonna read her because she's doing a phenomenal thing.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only reason she said something like that about it is because she's projecting her own like selfishness. Like not
2 divorces. 2 divorces.
But hold on, no. I think what people are thinking is, okay, you bought him. I'm not saying this is right or wrong. I'm just saying what I think people are thinking. Is okay, you just bought him, let's just round it off to 30 acres of land. Let's say y'all break up next week.
And he's still got land.
I know people are looking.
No, but
you know what she's gonna have if they break up next week? Do you know what she's gonna have?
She's gonna have a card.
That's crazy. This girl is married to one of the hottest rappers of the time right now. Like it's not like she's the bag. She's not the bag. I promise she's not. His name is Moneybagg Yo for a reason.
But you said she's married to him. She's not married to him. So,
but I'm not saying she's married at all. I don't think she has to be married. I'm not subscribing to no old Christian traditional shit. I think she's a popping ass bitch, and she got a bag to get some lamp for her nigga, and she did that. And anybody that has something to say about that is literally mad from their own household. Like you're in your house mad because this girl's just about some land. Like what? You need to go get your land for some man. Go get some land for your man because he's gonna appreciate it. He's not gonna be like, bitch. No, he's gonna be like, go do that. Go do that, black woman. Don't be mad and don't be a hater. For real, that's a beautiful thing. This is what we need to see. This is phenomenal. This is great. We're not gonna confuse it and get it twisted because it's good.
Buying land is great. I think people are saying that like if you break up tomorrow, this man has this land and you don't.
Yeah, but people are negative hoes, right? People are negative hoes. People always think the worst. Who cares what people think? Fuck them. Them hoes are negative from their little 25-foot bedroom, bitch. I don't care. You hoes can stay mad. She's doing a great thing. Shout out to this Cancer sister looking out for her man in the right way. Because that's for, like you said, if they break up tomorrow, he's still gonna be good. And he's never gonna forget the fact that this woman did that for him. So period. What's good?
But see, I think there's something to be said about that too, because I think like, just saying that like, oh, y'all could break up tomorrow and da-da-da. But I personally, like I said, I have to think about it on my own personal level. Have I ever given a gift that after if things fell through, am I wanting my shit back? Am I like, oh, now I want you to listen to her? Like, it takes a certain type of person to feel some type of way to be like, oh, I need that gift back. I need this back. This, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you were giving for a reason. You wasn't giving wholeheartedly. You wasn't giving because you really genuinely wanted to see that person, you know, thrive and be happy with what it is that you gave them.
Like for the time being,
That's
you can
more
have
about the people that are sitting there saying, well, what happens if this? Okay, well, if she wants to buy her own land, obviously she has the means to do that shit. So if that's really what she wants at the time, then that's cool. Get that shit, do what you want to do. But this is just something, like I said, I really feel like maybe it was something that he was talking about, maybe some shit that he was moving with. Maybe he was just tired of doing the regular car shit. Like, let's make some bigger moves. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't know. Personally, for me, I've never given a gift that I wanted back, no matter how much money I spend on it, no matter none of that shit. Like, that's yours. I gifted it from a place in my heart that it's like, I really, at the point in time, I wanted you to have this and I loved you enough to really make that move for you. So after the fact, if shit don't work out, you know what I'm saying? People are petty like that. And I think that's the reason why that's the topic of discussion, is because so many people are petty to the point where it's like, nah, like we not cool no more. I want all my shit back. Like, I don't know. I've never given.
Like, how are people's minds even going to what if they break
even
up?
More than that, even more if it was just some petty shit. Like, it's still like, damn, I just spent the money on this shit. Like, damn. Because it's still a lot of fucking.
But that shit not hurting her. Like, that's the thing.
I'm telling you, she's not hurting anybody. That's gonna take like Mo said, she hit the nail.
Hopefully, we
Mo
know
put
how
the
motherfucking game goes.
because Monique took that nail and put that bitch right where it needs to go and she hammered that hoe right on the head. Boom, boom, boom. Because legitimately, nobody's gonna be pressed on a Wednesday based on a gift that was gifted Monday. If you were gonna be that tight, you don't need to give the gift, okay? If it's that close to making or breaking you, or whatever the case may be, or you're not happy about it, I don't know what would have you in a position of, damn, I want it back now. Like, you don't need to give it. Let's be clear. If you were ever gonna ask for a gift back, do not let that hoe go. Take it upstairs to your closet, for real. Do not give it to somebody. We're not gonna do that. That's weird. If you're gonna give it wholeheartedly, and it's because you feel like you want to give this from yourself to this person. If the world ends tomorrow, that wouldn't make a difference from how you felt on Monday. Like, I mean, because where are you giving from? That's what we're addressing. I don't know how to attack this. I feel like it's so much that's wrong. Like, how could people be upset with this? What the fuck? It's crazy.
Look, and we got Courtney in the chat too, saying that, you know, the media would hate on Black people obtaining property. They would hate for this to become a trend. And I wholeheartedly agree with that too. And he also said too, like, I didn't hear this on the real when they were buying each other $400,000 vehicles. But that's exactly what I was saying in the beginning, is that they are spending this money on shit like that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that she branched out and did some other shit, now it's a topic. Now it's an issue. Now it's this. And they're like, y'all was not worried about the money she was spending on that shit, because she was spending that bread on him the last birthday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yes.
probably that same amount, if not more, she was dropping bread on him on their last birthday, and they wasn't married. You know what I'm saying? But like, now with this land, oh, it's such a big gesture that it's like, bro, they all big.
Is it generational? Is it generational now? Like, now his kids might not have to worry about shit. Like, what's the problem? Y'all are like, that's really crazy. It's wild. I think that it's interesting that this struck this sort of response in people, because it's like that's saying something. Like, why does this hit you like that? That's crazy.
Really, like, they have
if she didn't get him anything, then I'll be like, okay, let's talk about it. Like, she didn't get him shit. Like, what? She stood on him? Like, no, this was a great thing. We're not gonna twist it because that's crazy.
I mean, they kind of do just be doing it big for each other, and that's what we've seen in the last, like, what is it, like 2 years they've been together now? I don't know. But they, like, from what I see, because it's always a topic that they like, oh, you know, birthdays this and birthdays that, like gift giving and shit. So they always coming for each other, like, you know, trying to do for each other just like that. So I don't think I don't see nothing wrong with it personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's what
I don't think there's anything wrong. Listen, whatever you decide to give your partner, right, or whoever, or they don't gotta be your partner. Whatever you decide to give anybody, right, it's up to you, right? At the end of the day, like, it don't matter if they're your partner, they're your friend, like, whatever the fuck you want to give somebody, that's what you want to give somebody, right? I think that I can understand. I always call this goddamn woman fancy. I don't even know her real fucking name. I'm sorry, I don't know her real fucking name. It's something Gracia. I don't know. It's a weird ass.
Her name is Garcelle Bouvet.
Yeah, I know weird Garcia some shit, right? And she was, you know, she was married to a white dude.
We're gonna get it right, because we talking about you, girl, because you coming for people for the wrong reasons. So let's talk about it, Garcelle.
Yeah.
Where we been the last
I think that she's from a different generation. And I think it showed in this perspective. Again, me.
And she marries white. So you want to like? She literally needs to not say anything about anybody.
No, she's for sure salty because she like none of my white husbands ever bought me some land.
He's never bought me. I'm like, girl, what's your problem? You hating hoe? Like I can fully wholeheartedly say hating hoe now because now I know what it's giving. But okay, I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying the only way I can look at it from trying to see it from her perspective was to say, okay, what would I think if this was my daughter? And that's the only way I can look at it, right? To try to see it from her point of view is to say, okay, if this was my daughter, what would I think? And I probably would have some about it. And I'm not saying at the end of the day, I always tell my kid they can do what the fuck they want to do, but I probably would have at least some reservations about it. But obviously, you know, people's relationships are different.
I would be proud of her. Like, that's my girl. You didn't waste that on like a car. Like, what? You didn't get the Tessie? Like, yeah, like yes, you're doing it. Like, she's gonna date either way. It might be a diamond ring that she buys, or it might be Tamagotchi. Like, you don't know. But like the fact, like that shows that the mind is there. That shows that her mind, she's thinking she's that shows like bad bitch. We were talking about bad bitches earlier. That shows bad bitch. Like some land, baby. But you gonna grow us. You gonna get some cattle. You gonna like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's phenomenal.
It's a dope gesture. You know what I'm saying? Like again, like I said, fucking.
I'm only coming so hard because they tried to like come for her and shame her, and she's a fly Cancer. And it's like now we get to shame y'all because y'all are actually not even that fly, and y'all are confident to come for her.
Apparently, he has much better friends than I do because my birthday coming up. He got $1 million plus in cash. I just want $50. God damn. So you know, these motherfuckers, I'm cool with. These motherfuckers are something else. Niggas will send me a goddamn a fucking t-shirt. These niggas are something else. But nah, man, listen.
Young guys out there watching the show, play your cards right. You gotta make them networking move. Who's rapping? Who got a fashion design? Who got a fashion line?
That's a refreshing thing to see.
No, it was dope. It was. I mean,
we see in the rolling.
At the end of the day, all this.
Like as many times I've seen that nigga licking that girl's ass cheeks on the corner of somebody else's block to get to her washed with some water, a bucket of water. Like, Like,
he's licked her ass cheeks? Hold on, did I miss that?
No, we talking about the guy that's sitting on them stairs, that's sitting on the steps, licking ass in the middle of the daylight, broad daylight, yeah. Like, the least you could have done was buy some land. The least you could have done was buy a room, bitch. You don't have to get interrupted like this. You got your bitch super soaked on live TV.
Hello.
I'm dead.
Oh, man.
Hey, on demand.
I know. I just wanted a reason to play that shit. Before but tonight, though, can we do something new? Can we break some music around this motherfucker? Hold on. Let's break some music. Yes. Let me play this real quick. Can you set this up? Can you set this up, Lionel? I already set this up.
Absolutely. So, if y'all are watching, I know you may have been born tonight, but not last night. And Texas can be easily considered, Houston can be easily considered the like music capital of the South, but easily considered that of Texas. And so my uncle and one of his like good homies have started their own label here in Houston, Texas, and signed their first artist this past Monday out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And he's talented. So we're about to break like the first artist for Red Label, recording label. And yeah, here's Van Troy.
I just wanna love you in the proper way. I just wanna touch you every single day. Girl, I know you probably heard it all before, what I'm about to say. But I'ma need for you to believe in me more. You gotta have faith, baby. I can show you things that you never seen. On your finger, I'ma put a ring, yeah. Must have met a few that wasn't worth it, but for you, I'd do anything. I be all unique, cause girl, you qualified. Looking for a job, I can start you right away. Position by my side, benefits fire. You don't need no resume. Can I put you on? Can I put you on? Can I put you on? Put you on something that's new. It's a must sometimes, to trust sometimes, even if it's less sometimes. Being careful is fine, but don't be blind, cause you ain't never met my kind. I know it's hard to believe that a player like me could be a one woman, man, I couldn't take it. Sooner or later you see, we could be meant to be. This is weird shit, girl, it's gon' fake it. I can show you things that you never seen. On your finger, I'ma put a ring, yeah. Also met a few that wasn't worth it, but for you, I'd do anything. I'll be all unique, cause girl, you qualified. Looking for a job, I can start you right away. Position by my side, benefits fire. You don't need no resume. Yeah, you want it.
Then I'll put you on.
Okay, I thought you were gonna give me some acapella. My man, I thought you were gonna give me some acapella. I turned you down. Okay.
Yo, I'm really fucking with that shit, and I feel like that shit gonna hit. Especially, I can hear that.
No.
I can hear that shit on the Houston radio. For
Yeah,
sure.
he's really, really talented, for real.
What's his name?
Really is.
So his name's Van Troy. Van Troy, he's like thorough, quality R&B through and through. His voice is really good, and he reminds me of August Alsina minus like the cry kind of vibe. So that's great. And then boom, bam, that's my uncle's artist. And then I have my own artist, and I'm like developing, bringing up to par. We're like getting an album together right now. So just stay tuned. We got more artists away from the break. And yeah, stay tuned.
We got one more track too, though. Let me play this other track real quick. Let's see what this is.
Yes.
Is this Van Troy as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's go. Okay.
It's the R&B.
Tell me how long it's gonna take to make you mine. I can tell that you ain't been loving some time. You say your man is not here, he work on the road. So tonight when I come by, you'll never know. You say you miss the way that I love you down. I said say no more, girl, I'm on my way now. I'm on your street, you hit the beat, come from my right. Hit that door, girl, then you know that I'm outside. How much time I got before you make you back? When I get you in them sheets, girl, you ain't going back. We've been sneaking, creeping for a while now. Eventually, you know that he gon' find out. How much time I got before you make me back? When I get you in them sheets, girl, you ain't going back. We've been sneaking, creeping for a while now. Eventually, you know that he gon' find out. I won't tell if you don't tell. I won't tell if you don't tell.
Yeah, I fucks with that too. I fucks with that. Can they go get that? Is that on iTunes? What can they get? Is that
So
on
it hasn't dropped yet. It hasn't dropped yet. This is actually unreleased music.
Oh shit!
But
man, I should have been in the background with my talking my shit. No
right.
shit.
Dropping your tags.
Right? I gotta hit my shit in the background. Damn, I didn't even know. I should have been.
Yeah, but no, it's not out yet. But I will be sure to like inform our listeners and like the show whenever this drops, so you guys can know exactly which platforms you can find it on, and then also support some like quality Southern music. Like,
no, I love his voice.
and you have to know, like, with the like, I mean, you don't have to know. This may not affect anyone, but like, I feel like if you're from the South and you care about music, it's important to know that like the industry doesn't necessarily just like check for the South. That's why the South music from the South is such a thing, because we have to check for each other and we're looking for each other. We're big up in ourselves, like in Houston, and like Atlanta. Like it's literally just the South up in the South. Like the West and the East are concerned with themselves. So definitely support Southern artists, even if it's not just Van Troy. It's totally important because we are the South. So tap into the culture.
For sure. Tap into the culture for sure.
Yes.
Listen, I'm on that shit heavy. I fuck with that. I fuck with that sound right there. That's some shit I can rock with. So.
And yeah, you definitely gotta let me know when it's on iTunes.
Absolutely. I'm gonna let you know when it's live. Pull up.
No, literally. Yes. Love it.
Y'all can get that shit popping. Let me listen. Since we plugging shit, I gotta plug this. If you in H-Town, what is this? House of Blues? I think it is. Yeah, if you in H-Town, House of Blues this Saturday, man, go fuck with my people over there. They got a 90 going on over there, man, in the H. So y'all
At the House of Blues, what time?
Shit, I don't know, nigga. Whenever.
Pregame, have your little drink, and then pull up.
Saturday night, man. My people got a 90s party over there, House of Blues. I was gonna pull up, but I'm out of town. I'll be out of state this week. I got some shit to go handle, man. Gotta move this work. Let me not say that. I'm
like, wait.
It's just a normal Saturday for him.
Nah, I gotta move around. I got some shit to go do. But if you in the H though, man, go fuck with my people, man. It's a 90s party, House of Blues. You go fuck with them over there.
Yeah, maybe I will.
I mean, we will be popping on Saturday.
That's just gonna be matter of fact.
I will be out. That's my birthday weekend. Period.
Y'all go pull up over there, man. You know, a 90s party, you know, that's just gonna be lit. So that shit should be a good time. But yeah, man, no shit attached, man. We'll be back next Wednesday talking some more shit. We talk about relationships and the culture. We appreciate everybody, man, for fucking with us. Stay tuned for any announcements that we got coming up on programming and all of that fly shit, man. We'll definitely make sure to keep y'all abreast to that. Hit us up in the podcast section of iTunes. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe. Also, share the show, man. If you enjoy it, share it with a friend. We do appreciate it. We'll holler.
Also, one last thing.
Go ahead.
Make sure y'all love yourselves hard from tonight till the rest of this week and beyond. It may have slipped your mind. It's been a busy year. We're building shit. Take some time to be intentional about saying, hold the fuck up. I'm still me and I love you. And this is the things I love. And do that for yourself because we need it. The vibe, the world can use that vibe. You need it. You can use that vibe. Love yourself.
Facts. And this is the best way you can love yourself.
Let that woman eat. If she wants to go down, go down.